with Love, part 5. Okay. When the arrogant, when the arrangement had been set up, there was the skeleton hanging from the hook screwed into the top of the skull, gently revolving at the end of the cord. This was somewhat the nature of comic relief, and the school showed the approval by laughing uproariously. But the levity soon evaporated when the foreman began to speak. His voice was clear and precise, and he had a strong sense of dramatic calmly. He told them that it was a female skeleton, that was fact it could easily be proved. But he could not say with any assurance whether she had been Chinese or French or German or Greek. Nor could he say he had been brown or white and mixture of both. And from that he said, the class had concluded that basically all people were the same. Trimming might be different, but the foundations were all laid out according to the same blueprint. Herman was wonderful. He had them eating out of his hand. Miss Dare's contribution was something of an anticlimax after Herman's performances, and she seemed to realize it spoke about the problem which all humanity has to face in terms of sickness and disease, and the advantage gained by the interchange of knowledge, advice, and assistance. The arrangement of the skull made in front of the boys of the unit set, and the skeleton was hanging from the hook screwed to the top. Whenever that skeleton was hanging in front of the boys, it was a fun to them, it was interesting joke to them or entertainment to them, so they were laughing uproariously. Meanwhile, there came there came the headmaster, and he began. No, sorry, there came a foreman and began to speak. Whenever he was speaking, he said that this is a skeleton, and that skeleton is from the female factor. He has explained in his speech, but he had not given the fully guarantee of the particular country like Chinese, French, or German. But as approximately has explained, the same term, and the people were, or the boys were feel enjoyment of the same speech or the statement given by Mr. Firms. Then Miss Dare contribution was something an anticlimax. In the same performances, she spoke about the problem which actually humanity has in terms of sickness and disease. All advantages gained by the interchange of interchange of knowledge, advice, and assistance. तर ज्या वेळेला स्केलिटन हे अडकवलेलं होतं, त्याच्या डोक्याची जी कवटी आहे, त्या डोक्याच्या कवटीच्या हुक लावलेला होता आणि ते स्केलिटन अडकवलेलं होतं. तर त्याने सांगितलं हे स्केलिटन एका स्त्रीचं आहे. पण यामध्ये सांगत असताना फर्मनी मात्र अशी कोणती प्रभावी भूमिका घेतली नाही, की प्रभावी भूमिका घेऊन सांगितलं नाही की हे स्त्रीच आहे. हे जे ऐकल्यानंतर मुलांच्या मध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये हसा पिकला, परंतु फर्मन याने आपलं स्पीच पुढे कंटिन्यू ठेवलं आणि त्याने सांगितलं हे स्त्रीचं जरी स्केलेटन असलं तर ती स्त्री चायनीज आहे का, फ्रेंच आहे का, जर्मन आहे, ग्रीक आहे, हे मात्र त्याने त्या ठिकाणी सांगितलेलं नाही. म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये थोडं मिक्सचर ऑफ बोथ या बोथ फॅक्टर्स आपल्याला दिसून येतात की जे स्कल ब्राऊन आणि व्हाईट याचं मिक्सचर आहे. जे स्कल तयार केलेलं ते ब्राऊन आणि व्हाईटचं मिक्सचर आहे, हे या ठिकाणी आपल्याला मिक्सचर ऑफ बोथ दिसून येतं. आणि मग फर्मन यांच्यामध्ये मात्र मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये एक वंडर निर्माण होते, एक आश्चर्य निर्माण होतं. आणि या दरम्यान मिस डेअर ज्या आहेत, या मिस्टर डेअर यांची जी कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन आहे, जी कामगिरी आहे, ते अँटी क्लायमॅक्स सारखीच आहे असं लेखकानं या ठिकाणी म्हणालेले आहेत. आणि यामध्ये ती म्हणते की प्रॉब्लेम्स ऑफ ॲक्च्युली ह्युमॅनिटी, आणि जे प्रॉब्लेम्स आहेत ते प्रॉब्लेम्स ह्युमॅनिटीचे आहेत असं तिचं म्हणणं आहे. आणि ते सर्व इंटरचेंज करून आपल्याला ज्ञान, उपदेश आणि सहकार्य या बाबी आपल्याला यातून समजतात असं या ठिकाणी सांगितलेलं आहे. नेक्स्ट, मिस डोड रिपोर्टेड ऑन द पिरियड ऑफ हिस्ट्री द क्लास हॅज स्टडीड द रिफॉर्मेशन इन इंग्लंड. शी told the struggle of men independent spirit against the clerical domination and their efforts to break from the established religious tradition. From those who early beginning gradually grew the idea of tolerance from beliefs, culture, and other. Now the common interest is trying to study and understand those culture. Denham's report was bit of a shock, severely criticized the general pattern of PT, game emphasizing the serious limitation of space, obtaining and effects of that limitation on the game activities. Miss Dodd has given report that the reformation in England means at the time of the industrial revolution there was reformation in England. That reformation was explained by the Miss Dodd in her speech, and she also told that is the domination of their efforts to break down the established religious tradition in England. Common interest of the people is to study to, to study and understand the culture of each and every people is explained here. In General PT, report was given by Mr. Denham in the same speech that obtaining the effects of limitation on the games and activities. आता या ठिकाणी त्यांनी काय सांगितले डॉळ्यांनी हिस्ट्री पिरियड जो इंग्लंडमधला डॉड यांनी इंग्लंडमधला हिस्ट्री पिरियड व्यक्त केला की ज्या वेळेला इंग्लंडमध्ये प्रामुख्यानं सुधारणा रिफॉर्मेशन ऍक्ट जो पास झाला किंवा रिफॉर्मेशन इंग्लंडमध्ये सुधारणा जी चळवळी निर्माण झाल्या याचा समावेश या ठिकाणी त्यांनी केलेला आहे. त्यामुळे त्यांनी सांगितले की डॉमिनेशन जे आहे ते इफेक्ट ऑफ ब्रेक डाऊन द एस्टॅब्लिश कल्चर त्याचा जो परिणाम आहे हा एस्टॅब्लिश कल्चरवरती झालेला आहे. समाजातील असणाऱ्या ज्या संस्कृती आहे या संस्कृतीवरती झालेला आहे. आणि यानंतर डेनॅमने दिलेला जो रिपोर्ट आहे तो थोडासा धक्कादायक आहे. आणि त्या रिपोर्टमध्ये डेनॅम यांनी सांगितलंय की जनरल पॅटर्न आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये PT वरती मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये त्यांनी भर दिला की ज्याच्यामध्ये गेम्सना थोड्या प्रमाणामध्ये लिमिट्स आलेले आहेत. PT was ill-conceived and pointless and the route monotonous. He could see no advantage in doing jolly good game was far better. Apparently, he was voicing opinions of the boys. They cheered loudly. When the reports were over, Denham called two children and random from audience and asked them the right name of each teacher, including the head on slip of the paper. Means after completion of the entertainment program, Mr. Denham called the two boys, the representative of each class, and told them you have to write the name of your teacher on each paper, including the head of the slip paper. The games विषयी जॉलीपणा आहे ना असं नाही. गेममध्ये जॉलीपणा आहे परंतु तरी देखील डेनॅमने विद्यार्थ्यांना बोलवून घेतलं. विद्यार्थ्यांच्या प्रतिक्रिया काय आहेत हे पाहण्यासाठी विद्यार्थ्यांना बोलावून घेतलं आणि त्यांना सांगितलं की प्रत्येक पेपरवरती तुमच्या शिक्षकांची नावं लिहा आणि त्याच्यावरती ते टॉपला असावं असं त्यांनी विद्यार्थ्यांना आवाहन केलं. The slips were folded and placed in a hat and juggled vigorously and then withdrawn one by one. The names were called Mr. Watson, Mrs. Delevan, Mrs. Phillips, Denham, and Miss Joseph led the other stage and the teacher took their seat. Watson big visually untidy between the two women. The slips were folded in the hat, vigorously withdrawn by the voice. Names were written on the paper. That was Mr. Watson, Mrs. Delevan, Mrs. Phillips, Denham, and Mrs. Joseph. Those stick and other members had their seat. प्रत्येकाला नाव विद्यार्थ्याला लिहायला सांगितलं शिक्षकांचं आणि त्यानंतर ते फोल्ड केलं टोपीच्या खाली ठेवलं. मग त्याच्यामध्ये नावं दिली होती मिसेस फिलिप आहे, मिसेस वेटसन आहे, डेल एव्हन्स आहे, मिसेस डेनहॅम आहे, मिसेस जोसेफ आहे आणि अशा प्रकारे राहिलेल्या मेंबरांनी आपले अस्वस्थ झालेली होती. I believe I would have gone long away. What followed was experience I shall not easily forget. The questions were mostly from the two top classes, probably because young children were either too timid or too uninformed to formulate their question. The teacher had no briefing. They were often caught stammering in their indecision. But here again, I received a big surprise. The seemingly brainless Miss Euphemia Phillips proved to be the coolest and the best informed of the three. Whenever the paper was folded, beneath the hat, then the proceeding was going on. In the same proceeding, what explanation given by the teacher? The teacher has given explanation. A majority of the students are not fearless, but they are timid. That's the explanation given by the teacher. But Miss Euphemia Phillips proved to be the coolest and the best and proud informed of the three. Three means that is Mr. Denham and Mr. Denham and other members. म्हणजे मला ती चिठ्ठी हॅट खाली ठेवली आणि त्यानंतर त्यामध्ये लिहिलं होतं की मेजॉरिटी 60% किंवा 100% जे मुलं आहेत ही प्रामुख्याने भित्री आहेत, त्यांच्यामध्ये धाडस नाही असा या ठिकाणी थोडक्यात संदर्भ दिलेला होता. पण याच्यामध्ये जी व्यक्ती आहे मिस युफेमिया फिलिप्स ही मात्र जी आहे हिच्याविषयी त्याने दिलेलं जे वर्णन आहे ती कशी आहे, सिमिंगली ब्रेनलेस, डोक्याचा वापर करणार नाही, बेधडक बोलणार आहे. आणि त्या ठिकाणचं जे कॅरेक्टर आहे ते अत्यंत शांत कॅरेक्टर आहे आणि त्या तिन्हीपैकी एक शांत कॅरेक्टर म्हणून मिसेस युफेमिया फिलिप्सचा उल्लेख केलेला आहे. Candor authority so often interviews Scully to assist one of the other without causing embarrassing. Watson cut very ridiculous figure in face of Denham's blunt criticism. The Furman adroit questioning found himself completely nonplussed. Tried to bluster the way out of the show of her dignity. He could not effectively support the petty exercise for which he was partly responsible, having definite physical advantages. Denham was trained boxer. Denham's blunt criticism to Furman because he was not believed in games. So he told that he tried to bluster the way with to show the wonderful dignity. That petty exercise is partly responsible for having definite physical advantages. He also remarked that we are taking fully advantage of fully exercise. We are always taking fully advantage of the physical exercise from petty. He has given report. But if petty exercise is partly responsible for having definite physical advantages. Denham was trained a boxer and insisted that such exercise was only advantageous. He practiced daily for more sustained period. PT twice weekly for 20 minutes was a waste of time. Be asserted. Once again, Miss Phillips took the reins and took promptly shot to 100-fold. She reminded the school every subject, including PT and games, has been carefully considered and fitted into the teaching timetable so that the student received maximum benefit from it. And the school with limited facilities must be considered in the terms of greatest good. For the greater number of it would be beyond anyone's power. Please, everybody, some of you see. She concluded, fixing Denham's innocent eyes, as fortunate in your own physical development, do not really need for meager helping pity. Games which school can offer try to remember that there are others for whom our program is really suited. It may. Denham was trained a boxer. He was doing his business or the profession of boxer. So he had explained. Denham was trained a boxer, and he had given fully assistance by the Miss Philip, and he told that there was a special timetable made for the physical period, because physical period is very important for the daily exercise. So Denham was once again pleased after that statement. But basically, if you want to make your body sturdy or strong, you should do your exercise daily or regularly. Definitely you will get advantage of the same game. So petty game school can be offered, and try to remember there are other whom programs daily suited. त्याने म्हणलंय की डेनॅम हा बॉक्सर आहे, मुष्टियोद्धा आहे, आणि मग ज्या वेळेला त्याला प्रतिसाद द्यायचं म्हणून मिस फिलिप यांनी काय केलं की त्याला प्रतिसाद द्यायला त्यांनी सांगितलं की आपल्या वेळापत्रकामध्ये आपल्या टाइमटेबलमध्ये प्रामुख्यानं आपण पेटीचा जो तास आहे नियोजित केला पाहिजे, कारण त्याला सुद्धा तितकंच महत्त्व आहे. आणि पेटीचा रेग्युलर जर आपण एक्सरसाइज जर केली तर त्यातून आपल्या शरीराला योग्य प्रकारे व्यायाम मिळतो आणि आपणाला जे शारीरिक सुदृढपणा आहे किंवा तंदुरुस्ती आहे ही मिळत जाईल असं या ठिकाणी त्यांनी सांगितलेलं आहे. Denham was not to be put off with these sugary remarks and replying, then why do we have to pity? Why don't take only kids who need it? The rest of you can game, football or something. Instead of doing a lot draft things no good to us. Explain why we are not keeping other subjects in our timetable, such like a timetables of uh, for example, other factors related with the games, football, hockey, why we are not keeping in our timetable? ते म्हणतात मग जर पीटीला म्हणतो असेल तर फुटबॉल सारखी गेम्सना आपण खेळामध्ये का प्राधान्य देत नाही, वेळापत्रकामध्ये का प्राधान्य देत नाही, असं त्यांनी आपलं मत व्यक्त केलं. She came right back at him, the baby blue eyes twinkling in a delight. This crossing of staves, let us say, it is an much of exercise of mind. It is a body. Denham whole timetable in the school is made to help you in the world after you leave here, doing what you are told in spite of not liking it. It is a part of training. I feel sure that you will see in the point in that. That stopped him. Poor Denham knew that it would be out duty, but it could do nothing about, and sat looking rather rueful while Miss Phillips smiled broadened, and this is pretty innocent looking push had grabbed their canary without leaving the tiniest feather. In a timetable, PT has given the best place, but the importance of the game is it does not give the entertainment to the mind. It gives the exercise to the body, not the entertainment to the mind. So we should feel assured that we must keep those subjects for our school level. Whenever this type of the explanation given by the Denham, that time Miss Philip was laughing, and that was the entertaining point of others, and at the same time Denham was looking very innocent at her, but it was a canary without leaving tiniest feather. आणि टाइमटेबल मध्ये आपण पेटीला आपण स्थान दिलं पाहिजे त्यांनी म्हटलंय, परंतु पेटीला स्थान देत असताना पेटी हे मनाला मात्र एंटरटेन करत नाही, बॉडीला मात्र एक्सरसाइज देत असं त्यांना सांगितल्यानंतर या मुद्द्यावरती मिस फिलिप यांनी थोडंसं क्रिटिसिझम केली, आणि क्रिटिसिझम केल्यानंतर थोडासा चेहरा डेनियमचा पडलेला आहे, आणि मग तरी पण आहे त्या स्थितीमध्ये ते राहिलेले आहे. अंतिम पॅरेग्राफ. I began to understand how it was that to slight creature could cope effectively with the class. Soon after this, the morning ended. The head went to the stage and closed the proceeding, expressing the pride of all the children and deep appreciation of their efforts. And finally, there was a conclusion program of the same meeting, and so the head came on the stage and he welcomed all the students who were participated in the program, and he appreciated all them for their efforts. कार्यक्रमाच्या अंतिम भागामध्ये हेड हा स्टेजवरती जातो आणि मुलांनी जे काय केले आहे त्याच्यावर त्याची तोंड भरून स्तुती करतो आणि कार्यक्रमाचा शेवट करतो. इथे हा भाग टू सर्व विथ लव इथे संपतो. पार्ट 5.